All right, this is me reading the complete works of Epictetus, part 7. To those who want to be admired. When a man occupies his proper station in life, he doesn't yearn for anything more. What would you like to happen, man? Speaking for myself, I'm satisfied if my desires and aversions are in accord with nature. If I manage my inclinations and disinclinations as my nature requires. And if my intentions, objectives, and acts of assent are in compliance with nature. So why are you walking around letting us see what you've swallowed a skewer? I want to be the universally admired. I want people to follow me around, crying out, "What a great philosopher." Who are these people, the ones who admiration you want? Aren't they the same people that you usually call mad? So you want to be admired by mad people. So what is education? Learning to apply your nature preconceptions to particular instances in accord with nature, and also gaining the ability to recognize that some things are up to us and some aren't up to us. Our will and everything that results from will. Not up to us are the body, the parts of the body, possession, parents, brothers, children, and the country of our birth, and in short, all the people with whom we associate. So where will we find what's good for us? To what should we apply this concept? To what is up to us. A person's caliber is revealed by difficult circumstances, and so when a difficulty occurs, think of it as God pitting you as a trainer might against a tough training partner. To what end, someone asked? To help you become an Olympic victor. What do you do when you leave a boat? You don't take the rudder or the oars with you, do you? What do you take? The things that belong to you, your oil flask in a bag. In the present case, too, all you need to do is remember what's yours, and you won't claim anything that isn't. If this is true, and we're not being frivolous of putting up on an act when we say that what's good and bad for us lies in our will and that everything else is nothing to us. If this is so, why are we troubled? What is it there to fear? The things we value aren't in anyone else's power, and the things that are in others' power we're not interested in. What is there to trouble us? What guidance am I to offer? Hasn't Zeus offered you guidance already? Hasn't he made it so that what's yours is unimpeded and unobstructed, while what's not yours is subjected to impediment and obstruction? What guidance, what instructions did you have from him when you came into this world? Do all you can to preserve what's yours, and don't chase after things that aren't yours. Your trustworthiness is yours. Your self-respect is yours. These are not things that anyone can take from you. No one but you can stop you from making use of them. How? When you're intent on things that aren't yours, you lose the things that are. If I consider my body important, I turn myself into a slave. Likewise, if I value my possessions, you see, I thereby betray myself by showing what can be used to capture me. When a snake pulls back its head, I say, hit it there, because that's the part it's trying to protect. And so believe me, whatever you want to protect is where your master will attack you. If you bear this in mind, whom are you going to flatter? Whom will you fear? Is the law of life that one has to act in a way that's consistent with nature? If therefore plainly follows that, whatever the issue is and whatever the conditions, if we want to remain in accord with nature, we must always aim to neither shun what's consistent with nature nor accept what conflicts with it. That's why philosophers start out training with theory, where there's less difficulty, before introducing the harder matters. I mean, there's nothing in theoretical work that holds us back from following what we're being taught, but there's plenty in life to distract us. So anyone who expresses a wish to get straight down to practical matters is making a fool of himself. given that it's not easy to start with what's most difficult. All right, so this is a little message on how many ways are there for impressions to arise, and what resources should we make sure we have to hand to help us with them. There are 4 ways in which impressions occur to us. Either things that exist also appear to exist, or they don't exist and don't appear to exist, or they exist and don't appear to exist, or they don't exist and yet appear to exist. So it's your job of a trained philosopher to avoid error in all these things. Whatever it is that's causing us difficulty, we must apply the appropriate remedy. If it's the sophisms of the, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this person's name, and academics that are causing us difficulty, we must apply the appropriate remedy for them. If it's the specious plausibility of things, so that some things appear good when they aren't, we must look for the appropriate remedy for that. If it's the habit that's troubling us, we must try to find the appropriate remedy to use against that. So what's the remedy for habit? The opposite habit. You hear non-philosophers saying, "Oh, I'm really sorry that he died. His father crushed, and so is his mother. He was cut down before his time in a foreign land." Listen to the opposite sentiments. Free yourself from the habitual ones. Counter a habit with the opposing habit. Countering sophisms requires logic, so study and practice logic to counter in speciousness of things. Clear preconceptions are required, polished and ready for use. When death seems bad, the idea we need to have at hand is that it's appropriate for us to avoid that are bad, but death is unavoidable. After all, what shall I do? Where shall I run to escape it? Indeed, where shall I run to escape death? Show me the country. Show me the people I could go to who are beyond the reach of death. Show me the charm against it. Since I have no such charm, please tell me what to do. I can't avoid death, but might I avoid being frightened by it? Am I bound to die grieving and trembling with fear? The point is that the root of passion is wanting something and not getting it. That's why if I'm able to alter my external circumstances to suit my wishes, I do so. And if I can't, I'm ready to gouge out the eyes of the person who's obstructing me. It's because it's human nature to find unbearable to be deprived of something good or experience something bad. And then an upshot is that when I'm unable to alter my circumstances or blind someone from obstructing me, I sit and moan, and I curse anyone I can. All right, the next part is going to be a bigger part, so I'm going to stop right there.